think I've got it. So I think I'm in. There we go. I think I've fixed. I think I've fixed it. So if you're on Facebook, then great, you're sorted, you're in. If not, then there's YouTube available, and that will give a bit of time for it to settle and get sorted. So I think we're about there. It's a bit of a faff, but I think we're about there. I think I fixed it. I think I fixed the YouTube issue. Okay, I'll do that. Have I fixed it? I know. Still got my questions ready at least. At least I've got my questions ready. That's the important thing. And get the questions, I think we'll be okay. I've got them all loaded up, ready to go. So hopefully everyone's going to be eventually tuned in. I've had to resend the link out, so apologies to everyone who I've sent that out to. So we're about there. We're about there. We're about there, I think. Just YouTube playing up a bit. That's all it was. Had to outsmart it, so we're grand. So give it a minute, because I just resent the link out. And then for anyone who's new, I'll explain the process of how this is going to work. This is the retirement quiz. The retirement quiz was the title. I changed it. Might be a bit weird for people who are like coming for the first time, but this is the retirement quiz. I think after 10 weeks, I think it's time to hang up my boots and call it a day for now, unless the demand's excessively high, then I'll carry on in future, but quiz will be on hold for a while. I think people are quizzed out. I get it massively. So I think rounding it up to a nice round 10 weeks, I think will be a nice way to kind of somewhat end. I don't know yet, but highly competitive though. And my tiebreaker is unbelievable. So my tiebreaker is biblical related. So we'll test out who the real Christians are in the household. No pressure. So no pressure. Real biblical tiebreaker. Unbelievable. So I think we're about there really. So what I'm going to do is explain process. So usually it's always like 5 rounds, 10 questions. No, everyone's included. Pressure. Job is on the line. Jobs are on the line with the tiebreaker. So what I've done is I've done my kind of big fat quiz of 10 weeks, and I've compiled just a multitude of like 50 questions. And yeah, there'll be breaks between that. Oh gosh. There'll be breaks between that. So every maybe 20, 40 questions, and then review as we normally do. And then tiebreaker. So it's obviously really mixed with, it's just basically random general knowledge. I thought let's just throw curveballs in there and see how many we get really. So if people are ready, I'm ready. So let me know if you're ready for the quiz, and then I shall begin with my first 10, and then a little break, and then next 10, and then 2-minute break or so, and then review, and the same process really. So yeah, we will get ready for the retirement quiz. This is it. So yeah, tiebreaker is unbelievable. So start shaking in your boots. That's all I'm going to say. So let's just crack on then. So everything, there's no categories. Everything is general knowledge, but it's completely random with general knowledge. You could have multitude of 3 questions in a row of sport with a couple of geography after. It is absolutely random as so. Let's begin. So the way to do it is just have a pen and paper or your phone notebook and be accountable. If you're competing as a team or you're competing against another household, that is completely fine. It's just let yourselves know I'm just the guy that asks the question and says the answers. And if any answers are on the borderline, on the cuff, that is down to yourselves to debate, argue, and decide. And that's it, really. So, pens, papers, drinks, snacks at the ready. Let's begin. So, oh gosh, where's my questions? Here we go. Question 1. So this is my general knowledge of 50. What is the biggest animal in the world? First question. What is the biggest animal in the world? And it's not Manu Tuolangi. There you go. There you go. Nice, easy one. And question 2. How many times has Andy Murray won Wimbledon's playing singles title? So, how many times has Andy Murray won the singles men's title? Question 3. Which country is Brie cheese originally from? So, what country is the cheese Brie from? Great questions lined up here. So question 4. In what franchise would you find the character Katniss Everdeen? So in what franchise would you find the character Katniss Everdeen? And by the way, Fogon's question 5 is I have an immense amount of bonus points, an immense amount. So I actually don't know what will be out of 50, but if you bear with me in the break time, I'll kind of confirm that. But it's kind of world your oyster with some certain questions, you can absolutely go to town with it. So just letting you know. So question 5. What year was Heinz, so like Heinz baked beans, established? The year is always on the tin. What year was Heinz established? I think out of 50 you could get 64, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I reckon it's probably 70 questions, 70 points out of 50, give or take. Just be honest with yourself. So, question 6. What is the capital of Iceland? So, what is the capital of Iceland? And question 7. Who came second in the FIFA Women's World Cup final? So who came second in the FIFA Women's World Cup final in 2019, I should say? Only last year. So, and question 8. What year did Margaret Thatcher die? So, what year did Margaret Thatcher die? And let's mute my phone because it goes berserk. Cool. And question 9. Who painted the Mona Lisa? So who painted the Mona Lisa? And question 10, so it's kind of your chunk here, your 10th one. What is Queen Elizabeth II's surname? So what is Queen Elizabeth II's surname? Which 10? So that is your first 10 done already. And what I'm going to do is jump on to the next 10, and then we will have a little break and then just review it really. Simbat. So like I said, because the retirement quiz, everything's just general knowledge carnage really. So it's absolute random as. 1 minute you're talking about a country, next minute you're talking about a football team. It's just random. So here's your questions from 11 to 20. Here we go. Or 10, or 11 to 20. Question 11. What is the largest country in the world? So what is the largest country in the world? Okay, and question 12. Which fashion designer reportedly had a relationship with Winston Churchill? So which fashion designer reportedly had a relationship with Winston Churchill? And question 13. How many valves does the heart have? So how many valves does the heart have? I could say human heart, if that's easier, but how many valves does the heart have? Okay. If we're going a bit quick, let me know, but it's enough time to think about the answers. I don't know. So, question 14. In Harry Potter, what is the name of Weasley's house? So, in Harry Potter, what is the name of Weasley's house? And so the next one is a big bonus point one here. So it's a film related question. So a bit of Tom Hanks here. And what I'm after is, so put these Tom Hanks films in chronological order. So I'll say them randomly, and all I'm after is the film he was filmed first in, so the year. So there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4. There's 4 films, 4 points. And I need each one to be in the right order to get a point for each, really. If you get the first one right with the next 3 wrong, you still got a point. So I'm going to say some films and I'm going to put them in order of when they were released. So you've got Catch Me If You Can. You've got Forrest Gump. You've got The Terminal. And you've got The Bridge of Spies. Put them in order when they were released. So I'll repeat that again. You've got Catch Me If You Can, Forrest Gump, The Terminal, and The Bridge of Spies. I'm just after the chronological order. So when they were released, earliest to most recent. Big bonus points there. The point for the right one in the right order. I'll give you an extra few seconds on that one. Have a think, have a ponder. So you can always come back to that. As long as you've written them down, you can jumble them up whenever you want to. So my next question is, who has been the first Prime Minister of Wales since December 2018? So who has been the first Prime Minister of Wales since December 2018? We're near there. Okay, question 17. What nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher? So what nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher? Three to go, guys. 3 to go here. Question 18. What's a baby rabbit called? So what's a baby rabbit called? And question 19. How many minutes in a game of rugby league? So how many minutes in a game of rugby league? And question 20. It could be controversial, but I think we'll be okay. Typically, What's the strongest muscle in the human body? Think about this one. So typically, what's the strongest muscle in the human body? And that's your quiz. That's your first part of the quiz. So that's your first 20. So if you're more welcome now to have a minute or so break to, flip the oven on, get snacks, get drinks, etc., etc. Any questions that need repeating, let myself know, and then we'll go from there, really. So it's just everything's just boom, general knowledge, randomness, and then we'll see how we get on, really. So hopefully you got your forfeit for my biblical tiebreaker. Maybe negotiate that in the break, and then we'll go from there. So give you a few minutes, and then I'll review 120. Do, 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 do. All is well. Got some great questions lined up later on as well. Very, very random. Very, very random. Sport ones have it difficult, I'm going to say. Got a bit carried away, I'm not going to lie. But I think I balanced it out okay. So this could be the last, like I said, retirement quiz, big tiebreaker, means big forfeits. And it's not controversial, my tiebreaker answer. It is the right answer and what it is. It's not cricket based. That's been up and down with responses. So I'm going to begin actually to look at the answers, and let's scroll up and begin to review. So let's review the first 20. I guarantee I can't pronounce some of the answers somewhat down the chain. So that's a given. But if you know what I mean, then it's down to you to tick or cross that answer. So let's just do it. Let's just smash through it. So what is the biggest animal in the world? That is a blue whale. Tick or cross. 2, Andy Murray has won the singles title twice. And 3, the country Brie cheese is from France. It's a French cheese. Question 4, Katniss Everdeen is part of the Hunger Games. It's a great trilogy. Highly recommend. Question 5, what year was Heinz established? That is 1869. It's on your tin. It's on your tin. I'm going to struggle with this one. What is the capital of Iceland? That is, Reykjavik. So Reykjavik. Reykjavik. Something like that. I've spelled it out. So if you're close enough, then it's down to you to mark that yes or no. Question 7. So the Women's FIFA Women's World Cup Final 2019, who came second? That was Netherlands or Holland, I'll accept. And question 8. Where or what year did Margaret Thatcher die? That is 2013. Question 9. Who painted the Mona Lisa? That is Leonardo da Vinci. Question 10. What is Queen Elizabeth II's surname? That is Windor. That's in Windor. Windor. Question 11. What is the largest country in the world? That is Russia. And question 12. Which fashion designer reportedly had a relationship with Winston Churchill? That is Coco Chanel. And question 13. How many valves does a heart have? That is 4. 4 valves, 4 sections. And question 14. In Harry Potter, what is Weasley's house called? That is the Burrow. Now, this is your big one here. This is your Tom Hanks one. This is a plus. It could be a +4 here at this rate. So I asked, put these Tom Hanks films in like year release really, or Windsor, whatever it is. I don't know. So I asked chronological order. That was Catch Me If You Can, Forrest Gump, The Terminal, and Bridge of Spies. So the first one I'm after is Forrest Gump. That was 1994. Second to last, Catch Me If You Can, 2002. Third was The Terminal. That was 2004. And last but not least, Bridge of Spies. That was 2015. So if you got all those in order, that is max points. So a point for each one you got correctly. So Forrest Gump, Catch Me If You Can, The Terminal, Bridge of Spies. So 4 points available there. Nice bonus points for the retirement quiz. And 16. Who has been the first Prime Minister of Wales since December 2018? That is Mark Drakeford. Mark Drakeford. And 17. What nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher? That is a hazelnut. Hazelnut. And 18. What is a baby rabbit called? That is a kit. K-I-T. Kit. And 19. How many minutes played in a game of rugby league? That is 80. Same as Union. But obviously not as good. I've openly said at work, that is the Mickey Mouse League of Rugby. That's not gone down very well, but you know. And my last one, typically, what is the strongest muscle in the human body? Now, correct me for my pronunciation. That is the masseter. It is the main jawbone in the muscle. It's up here. So M-A-S-S-E-T-E-R. Masseter. That is the main jaw muscle. So, controversial, absolutely. But mark yourself, I think it's out of 20 or 21 to 3, maybe 23, 23, 24. You could have a few bonus points. Let me know in the comments how you've got on so far. And if you're competing with anyone else in your household, let me know, or externally. We want to join you. I copy and pasted the Queen Elizabeth surname on the quiz, so it's their fault, not mine. I'd have believed it. Don't know. So let me know what you've got. I believe it is out of 23 from a few comments on social media, emails. So let me know how you've got on so far, and then we'll crack on with more. It is tight, competitive. To be honest, I think you should do forfeits between households. Put your money where your mouth is. Tell you what. Oh my god. So my next question, there's a possible of 14 answers. There's 14 bonus points. I don't care. I'm going for it. Anarchy. I'm going for it. I'm retiring. Get out with a bang. Exactly what I'm going to do in the real world when I go out in retirement. Go out with a bang. Throw a grenade out there. A possible of 14 answers, and you could get 14 bonus points. Generous. Too kind here. Way too kind. So the scores are very, very tight especially on YouTube. Just seen that 16, 14, 20, and 12. You've only got 4 points in it, but my first question, I'll give you some time on this. I'll give you like 2 minutes. I might sit there and just drink beer, but you ignore me and think about these answers. Remember, there's a possibility of 14 answers for this single question. Think about it very carefully. I was thinking if you got it wrong, it's a minus point, but I'm not going to go there. So, question 21. I'm going to give you a good 2 minutes on this, and I might walk around the house. So, name one or four. There's 14 possible answers. Name one landlocked country in Europe. So, give me a list of the European countries that are landlocked in Europe. The more, the merrier. Write them down, and I'll reel them out in alphabetical order. So, landlocked countries in Europe. I'd really hope someone gets all 14. I'll expect 13, 14. What's a curveball? Just saying. So, landlocked countries in Europe. Go through the alphabet and go through that. And you have plenty of time on this one. Plenty of time. Might give you until 22. Might be nice. We'll see. So landlocked countries in Europe. That is what I'm after. Landlocked. And if anyone who doesn't know what landlocked means, that is basically they've got no access. No country got access to the sea, basically. All countries surrounding the country. Just saying, some decent football teams. Some decent football teams. A few minutes on that. When you've got a possibility of 14 bonus points. That can't be sniffed at. I'm just going to stare out the window and look at the wind. That's all I can do. If you're confident, you can always make a note of, you can just like scribble down Europe LL means landlocked, and then come back to it if you get a brainwave. But I think wait until 20 is quite a long time. So I'm just gonna crack on basically. So apologies on that if you're not responding, but the show must go on. So just bear that question 21 in mind. In question 22, so who did Anne Hathaway play in Les Miserables? So who did Anne Hathaway play in Les Miserables? That's how I pronounce it, right? I don't know. Next one's a random. So, question 23. What does HE stand for on the periodic table? So, what does HE stand for in the periodic table? Oh, this one's a good one. Question 24. So, to the single decimal point, please, how many kilometers in a mile? I want the exact number here, folks. So, to the single decimal point, how many kilometers in a mile? I might stupidly run. I might run half marathon tomorrow for the sake of it. Always seems bigger when you run a half marathon in kilometers. Don't know why. But it's what it is. So that was 24 kilometers in a mile. So something point something. That's what I want. Question 25. How many? There's multiple choice here. There's 3 multiple choice question answers here. How many stars are there on the Australian flag? Not American, Australian. Is it 6, 8, or 10? So A is 6, B is 8, or C is 10. And question 26. In which UK town would you find the I360 tower? So in which UK town would you find the I360 tower? Magic. So, bit of geography for this one. 27. Which country begins with L and is positioned between Estonia in the north and Lithuania in the south? It's a nice one, that is. So which country beginning with L is positioned between Estonia in the north and Lithuania in the south? I might just chunk it out and review every 10 questions, actually, because it's a different format. So think about this one. How many minutes after 9:15 is 10:45? So how many minutes after 9:15 is 10:45? Think about it. Two to go, and then review. I have a little break. So, question 29. Which British athlete won the BBC's Sports Personality of the Year in 2004 after becoming the first country's double gold medalist at the same games since 1920? I'll repeat that. So which British athlete won the BBC's Sports Personality of the Year in 2004 after becoming the country's first double gold medalist at the same games since 1920? Unbelievable achievement. And my last one, I'll have a little tad break actually, we'll break it up. So question 30, which well-known UK businessman is closely associated with United, Sports Direct and House of Fraser? So which well-known UK businessman is closely associated with Newcastle United Football Club, Sports Direct and House of Fraser? Okay, so let's think about that. So to be fair, you've got a possibility of 24 right answers here out of 10. So give you a minute. Remember, think about question 21, European landlocked countries. Give you an extra minute on that. And then I will say every country in alphabetical order and see who's got what out of 24, I think, in this section. So give you a minute, I get a drink, and then we'll go from there, really. So hope we're all doing well. Just want to say on all platforms, thank you for donations as such. It goes a heck of a long way. Countlessly this week, we've been getting new residents that have been coming in and who have been like kicked out of home, etc. So they've been staying with us, and we've been able to give them like hamper packs of toiletries, food and drink. Just give them some sort of starting block in life where everything that they need is not to be worried about. So I say thank you for the wider community on that, and it goes a really long way. So we're getting random donations as well. Really grateful for, and obviously with the still pandemic, we're still receiving lots of stuff, and we welcome that. And obviously, it's a ever growing need. So the more the merrier. And obviously, we've got a huge table at YMCA office that is full of food and donated food. That my job essentially is trying to shift it really, and in the right places. So it's great to see what's happening in the wider communities and what they need, and we're all in together really. And obviously, that's what we're here for. So thank you. And if you know anyone or you need support as such, let me know definitely, and I'll do whatever I can to help support that. So if your community or church or community groups need any bits and bobs to keep them going, if they're in the vulnerable and elderly category, then let me know, and then we'll try and get some food parcels out and ready. But obviously, we'll go from there. And yeah, we got some lip gloss today, and it's wicked. So I've never seen lip gloss where it's squared in shape. You twist and pull it out, and then the black tip bit inside is like light, and then one of the sides of the lip gloss is a mirror. So it was a game changer. I've never seen, especially so many female staff members of the YMCA just surrounding this cardboard box of lip gloss and wanting a slice of the pie, really. So we've got lip gloss, and it's on my desk at work. And if people who are at the YMCA that are watching this video, it's there. It's not quite my shade of colour, but it's there. And if you want to take a handful and know people that want to kind of, with this pandemic, that want to dress up nicely because it's tough, whatever, then lip gloss is there. And it's never seen lights in a lip gloss in my life. Don't know what company it is. It is made in China. It might put people off, but it does the job. Does the job. Does the job. And that's the random stuff we get. It's great. So there's never a dull day. There's never a dull day in a charitable organisation, and I love it. It's great. It's great fun. Great fun. And obviously, the more stuff we get, the more we can distribute, not just to ourselves, but the wider community. So it's amazing. So I'm going to rattle through. Is everyone confident? Actually, put the comments. Is everyone ready for my landlocked countries in Europe review? There's 14. Could let me know in the comments. Let me know. Remember, just chuck countries in there. Just chuck them in there. You never know. There's some really poor football teams. That's a clue. Really poor, like unbelievably poor. But 14 points. Okay, quick beverage. And then we'll look at the review for the last 10 questions. So, see you in a sec. Okay, so are we ready to review our European landlocked countries for our first questions of the next round? Right, let's just do this. So just tick off your landlocked countries in Europe. So countries that don't have a border, basically, or don't have a seaside border as such. I believe that's the word for landlocked. Could be wrong, but landlocked. So here's your 14. So in alphabetical order, you've got Andorra, you've got the Austria, you've got Belarus, you've got Czech Republic, you've got Hungary, you've got Liechtenstein, you've got Luxembourg, you've got Macedonia, you've got Moldova, you've got San Marino, you've got Serbia, you've got Slovakia, you've got Switzerland, and you've got the Vatican City. Don't forget Vatican City. Small but potent. There you go. There's your 14. And tick them off. And question 22. Who did Anne Hathaway play in Les Miserables? You've got the Fantine. 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 Don't care how it's pronounced, but if you got that or thereabouts, then go for it. And what does He stand for on the periodic table? That is helium. That was 23. Helium. 24. How many kilometers in a mile? I want the exact number. That is 1.6. 1.6. There's 1.6 kilometers in a mile. And question 25. How many stars on the Australian flag? That is A6. There is 6 stars on the Australian flag. And question 26. In which UK town would you find the I360 tower? That is Brighton. Brighton. 27. Which UK country beginning with L is positioned between Estonia in the north and Lithuania in the south? That is Latvia. Latvia. And 28. How many minutes after 9:15 is 10:45? That is 90. Hour and a half. 90 minutes. 90. Question 29. Which British athlete won the BBC Sports Personality of the Year in 2004 after becoming the country's first double gold medalist in the same games since 1920? That is Dame Kelly Holmes. Kelly Holmes is what I'm after. Question 13. Which well-known UK businessman is closely associated with Newcastle United, Sports Direct and House of Fraser? It is Mike Ashley, or well known as Mike Cashley in the media. So I think. Did anyone get any good bonus points with my landlocked country? So out of 24, let's say 25, how did we do in the landlocked countries especially? And then what I'm going to do is just smash out the next 20 and then do my biblical tiebreaker. Let's see who the real Christians are in the world. No pressure. Anyone's who professionally assigned to that role as such. But you know what? Let's just carry on. Let's carry on. Yeah, Ashley, I need to know. Did we do well in our landlocked countries? Did we do well? That was out of 14. There was 14 possible answers in just that singular question. A lot of bonus points in that one. Never given away that many bonus points in the entire quiz, let alone an entire question. So between 21 and 30, how many points did we get? So that could be out of 34, let's say. No, 10, 14, 14, 14, 24. 24, sorry. 24. Tough one. It's a tough one. I think James has drank in every pub in that country, not gonna lie. That's why he knows them so well. There you go. Tell you what, my next lot's tough one. So there's a good percentage of sport in this last one. I got a bit carried away, but I knew the clientele, and quite a chunk of it is rugby related. So it's not cricket related for once. Bit of rugby, a few cricket ones in there. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, mixed bag. We like that on YouTube, especially mixed bag. Mixed bag. So make sure you got your total count as well. Bear that in mind in your total count. Points don't mean prizes because I'm a poor charity worker. So question 31. We're going to blitz through it to 50. Smash it. Bit of athletics here. Think about this one. So how many hurdles are jumped in the 100-meter hurdles event? So how many hurdles are jumped in a 100-meter hurdle event? My questions are too good. So, question 32. How many players are on an Australian football team? So, Aussie rules, as you could say. How many players are on a football team? It's a strange sport to understand. Once you watch the game, I think you get it. It's bizarre, but you'll get it. And my next one, in netball, the abbreviation WA refers to which position? So in netball, the abbreviation WA refers to which position? A bit of golf now. So in golf, which club can also be referred to a Texas wedge? That's the quote there. So in golf, which club can be referred to a Texas wedge? Tough one it is. Tough one. So let's go through the next one. So another bonus point one. There's 4 bonus points here. Name bit of tennis. That easy. Name the 4 Grand Slam events in tennis. Boom, 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 boom. Name the 4 Grand Slam events in tennis. I'll be harsh. If you want me to, I'll be very harsh. But be harsh on yourself. So 4 Grand Slam events in tennis. What are they? On the official title. First in the country. On the official title. Do, 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 do. Give you actually a few seconds on that one because you got a possible of X amount of answers. Not saying how many. My next one's cricket related. Got it. So, question 46. How many runs are awarded in cricket when the ball hits the fielder's helmet that isn't worn? So how many runs are awarded in cricket when the ball hits the fielder's helmet that is not being worn? So commonly, the helmets are usually put behind the wicketkeeper, a few yards back, and the ball could edge over the top and hit the helmet, or run out opportunity, or whatever. What is the penalty runs, basically? I'm not seeing it happen in real games. It's bizarre. Okay. So, my next question. Nice one. I've binge watched the series, that's why it's on the question. So, which team did Michael Jordan spend the majority of his basketball career with? So, which team did Michael Jordan majority spend his basketball career with? We're getting close to the end, guys. Here we go. Question 48. Who is England's top wicket taker in Test match cricket? I'm specific in this one for a change. So, who is England's top wicket taker in Test match cricket? You know what? I'll chuck in a bonus point if you get the exact amount of wickets the individual gets. Chuck it in there. There's a 2 bonus point on there. Well, a bonus point there, but a 2-pointer. Have a guess. And question 49. Who was the first woman to win a darts match at the PDC World Championship in December 2019? So who was the first woman to win a darts match in the PDC World Championship in December 2019 in darts? And she's in the dart league as well, so good to see her playing in the men's tournament. So my last one. How many times has Michael Schumacher won the F1 Championship in his career? So how many times has Michael Schumacher won the F1 Championship in his career? So that is your last chunk of my big fat quiz of retirement. So any questions need repeating, let myself know. And then I will just rack through the last chunk, and then we'll go through them, and then look at my tiebreaker, which it's important to welcome it in the comments. So your suggested answers in the comments as well in that one. So hope the anxiety is building. So think about what you've got so far, and we'll go from there. Okay. So, you know what? Let's go through the last section. So, my question 31. Let me check the Facebook. Yeah. On Facebook. We're okay. So, question 31. How many hurdles are jumped in the 100-meter event? That is 10. 10 hurdles every 10 meters are jumped. Every 10 meters are jumped. Question 32. How many players are on an Aussie football team? That is 18. Aussie rules? 18. 33. In netball, what does WA refer to? That is wing attack. In golf, which club is also referred as a Texas wedge? That is a putter. It is a putter. I've missed a question. I've missed questions out, haven't I? Have I missed other questions out? I think I have. I can't remember. So, do you know what? I think I just blanked out. I think I've skipped a massive chunk of questions, so ignore me massively. and we'll just carry on with questions. I don't know why. I just skipped down to the bottom. So ignore me. Massively ignore me. So we're not reviewing questions yet. Ignore what I've just said. So we'll go through. Yeah. So I don't know why I just skipped down. I just jumped down and just ignored a big chunk of the last questions stupidly. Bit long day. So what I'll do is I've just said question 34 is what a Texas wedge is. That is a putter. In question 35 to 50, just play along. I don't know why I've just skipped down there. It's been a long day. I've had to cover the YMCA residents, and for 8-9 hours. My mind's gone as a sieve. I came back brainwashed. So apologies massively on that. So ignore me. Standard, but you've got just play along. So that was 34, a Texas wedge. Just ignore, just scrap it and carry on. That's all I can say. Apologies. God, it's been a long day. So question 35 is where is the 2023 World Cup being held? So question 35, where is the 2023 World Cup being held? Just after the country. Yeah, I've skipped over the questions. Don't know why I've done that. Ignore me. Massively. Question 36. Bit of football. Who holds the record for the most consecutive Premier League appearances? The word consecutive is a massive word. So who holds the record for the most consecutive Premier League appearances? Give you a clue, it's 300, it's 310. Yeah. Question 37, 50-50 here. Who has scored more goals in football? Is it Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi? 50-50. Who has scored more career goals? Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi? That is question 37. I've skipped a load of questions. Mad. And question 38. Football again, I'm sorry. Who scored the first Premier League hat-trick? Very popular name. Who scored the first Premier League hat-trick? Give you a clue. It's not English. Said that because I messed up the quiz, but you know. So that was question 38. Who scored the first Premier League hat-trick? And question 39. When did Liverpool last win the league? Oh, tongue twister. So when did Liverpool last win the league? And bit of rugby here. I've got a couple of rugby ones now. So rugby union ones. So hope all as well. So question 40. Which Scot is the Lions' all-time point scorer? So which Scotsman is a Lions' all-time top scorer? Top point scorer, shall I say? And question. Oh, give me a minute. Get carried away. Question 41. Which rugby team play their home games at the Stoop? So which rugby team play their home games at the Stoop? As in STOOP, the Stoop. And question 42, and then I'll repeat myself in a minute. Who won the Football World Cup in 1982? So who won the Football World Cup in 1982? Think that one. So 43, then after the next one, I'll repeat myself. For which Brazilian club did Pele play most of his career for? So, for which Brazilian club did Pele play most of his career for? I got one more, then I'll repeat myself, but you can kind of double check it, I guess, and then we'll go from there, really. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. So, next one. Who was the goalkeeper when Diego Maradona scored his Hand of God goal? So, who was in goal, or who was the goalkeeper when Diego Maradona scored his Hand of God goal? That was question 44. Okay, so with my mix up, So question 45 was my tennis 4 Grand Slam events. Might have that up there in your notebook. Question 46 was how many runs are awarded in cricket when a ball hits a fielder's helmet that's not being used. That's 46. Question 47, which team did Michael Jordan spend the majority of his basketball career with? Question 48, who is England's top wicket test match cricketer? And 49, who was the first women's dart player to participate in the PDC Women's Championship in December 2019? And question 50, how many times did Michael Schumacher win the F1 Championship? So that is my kerfuffle of a mix-up. But you'll know, if it's jumbled up somewhere, you'll know that number associates something. So I think I just skipped half the page and just read on with it. So what I'll do is just rack through questions 31, or rack through them again, really. Verse 4, I guess, and then go from there. So the hurdles is 10, Aussie rules 18, WA is wing attack, Texas wedge is a putter, and then question 35, the Rugby World Cup is held in France. We should beat them in France. 36, who holds a record for the most consecutive Premier League appearances? That is Brad Friedel, the American goalkeeper, with 310. 37, who has scored more career goals out of Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi? That is Ronaldo. Ronaldo scored more. Question 38, who scored the first Premier League hat-trick? That is Eric Cantona, King Eric. And when did Liverpool last win the league? That is 1990. Question 40, which Scot is the Lions' all-time point scorer? That is Gavin Hastings. 41, which rugby team play their home games at the Stoop? That is Harlequins. 42, who won the Football World Cup in 1982? That is Italy. 43, so Pele played for Santos in the Brazilian league. And Maradona hand of God goal. Who's in goal? That is Peter Shilton. Bonus points here, 45 Grand Slam tennis events. You've got Wimbledon, you've got the US Open, you've got the French Open, you've got the Australian Open. So 4 points there. Tick them off, cross them off, do what you need. 46, how many runs are awarded in cricket when the ball hits the fielder's helmet that is not being used or worn? That is 5. So the 5-run penalty. 47, which team did Michael Jordan spend the majority of his basketball career with? That was Chicago. And 48, who is England's top wicket taker in Test match cricket? That is Jimmy Anderson with 584 wickets. That was a bonus point there. 584. 49. Who was the first woman to win a darts match at the PDC World Championship in December 2019? That is Fallon Sherrock, as in FALLONSHERROCK. 50. How many times did Michael Schumacher win the F1 Championship in his career? That is 7. And that is your 50. So apologies for the mix-up. I hope you kind of bear with and got that. So let me know what you've got out of 50, and if you've got any forfeits for your type that is biblical related. So let me know. I can repeat questions that need to be repeated. I messed up on that one. I don't know what page skipped. Don't know why it skipped. Hey ho. My tiebreaker, as I'm retiring, it ends on a massive high. I think it's the best tiebreaker question. So what have we got so far? Not a 50, but I think it must be out of in the 70s, surely. So 70. Let's think. So 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 54 plus 14, 68, 69 so far. It's up to you. It's up to you what you mark it. I just asked the questions. I asked the question. So what do you think you've got out of total? Let me know. And then what I'll do is I'll ping over my tiebreaker and then that's it. So the last, oh, we've got a debate here. So between questions 31 and 50, you've got a option of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I've got a 24. Oh, I've got that. 24. So you've got the bonus points. The bonus points are for the Grand Slams. That's out of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you've got your question 48. Your Jimmy Anderson is 584. So question 31 to 50. 24. So you've got 31, 32, 33, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, out of 23, and yeah, out of 23. Yeah, it's out of 23, that last bit. I've lost count of what it's totally out of, but if you've kept tabs of what it is, then I guess people can argue about it later. I'm just a guy that throws a grenade in there. I think 70 as well. I think 70. I don't know why that figures in my head. But I think cancel all that tiebreaker. I think throw whatever you score, throw on the line. Biblical tiebreaker. I think you put all your eggs in one basket for this one. Confidence should be oozing in this one. The closest guess wins. The closest guess wins. And it's whether what forfeit you've got to determine the winner. Just make sure that if you come close, you've got repercussions for the person that wasn't as close to you. Simple as that, really. So if you tot up what you got out of, I'm going to guess 70 or so. look through. You got your landlocked countries, and all that bits and bobs. I can send over all the questions and answers if someone's like baffled and everything. So that's not to worry. So I shouldn't worry now. I should worry about my tiebreaker. So, like I said, between 20 and 31, between 31 and 50. I think that's 20. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. Yeah, 23. Oh, yeah, 24. 24. So anyway, doesn't matter, doesn't care. So it's guesses. Guesses now. I think that's 24, that's 31 to 50. Guesses. I think this is the main stage now. It's all hyped up to this. So guesses in the comment section is welcomed. So now, but once you've locked your answer in, that is it. Think about it. So my question, biblical related. Think about it. How many times is Jesus mentioned in the Bible? That is the King James Version. So how many times is the word Jesus mentioned in the Bible? That is the King James Version. Ping it over. What do you reckon with the King James? How many times do you reckon the word Jesus is mentioned in the entire Bible? Let's see how people are feeling. So King James, the word Jesus in the entire Bible, how many times do you reckon the word is mentioned? And then put your comments in the comment section in any platform, and then that's you. That's you locked in. So you can comment on people's behalf, but make sure that you're confident. Put a figure out there. You got to put a figure out there. You got to gamble. You got to risk it for a chocolate biscuit. This is according to Google, by the way. Who everyone trusts. So have your guess. In your household, how many times the word Jesus is mentioned in the King James Version Bible? I'm sure that all the pressure is on you. All of it. Everything. Everything. Massive pressure. It's a great tiebreaker question. It's the best tiebreaker question I could think of. But I need suggestions. I need suggestions. Be confident. Be confident. The closest guess wins. The closest guess wins. So in your household, or if you're competing in a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group or whatever, call your beauty. Someone's close. Let's see who's the closest. So I think one. Oh my gosh! I think one person ain't far off. The word Jesus mentioned in the King James Version. Oh my gosh. This is close. I think the professionals might have paid off in this one. I think the people with the much lower score, I don't think believe as much as the people that have gone higher. Not gonna lie, the faith is high in the professionals. So the word Jesus in the King James Version of the Bible is mentioned 973 times. 973 is mentioned. So I think from the multiple platforms that I am on, I think Joy Langford has got it with 913. So congratulations. You've won that tiebreaker. The pressure was on. I think you've succeeded just in that. It could have been a stab in the dark. Not sure. But obviously, it's prevailed in that case. So well done. The pressure will build another day if I come out of retirement. So this is it. Something to gloat about for the time being. But obviously, you can't really gloat with us. So it's great, really. So yeah, so 973 times. And remember, in your household, whatever, the lowest score does the forfeit in that question. I'm trying to think of any other biblical question. Um, no, what I'll do is have at least a few weeks off the quiz, and then if the quiz demand gets any higher, then I may come back. May do, but from that, Joy Langford is the winner, really. So you've earned your keep there, Auntie Joy, without a doubt. So well done on that. Just, I think, I don't know who came second. I don't know who came. I think David came second. I think David came second on that. I think he's next in line for the throne. That's what I'm going to say. So what I'll do, I have a few weeks off. I've got next week off annual leave, which is great, and then from that, I may continue it. To be honest, I might do. So there'll at least be a week off. So thank you for attending, and like I said, any more donations or such, or if you know anyone in your spheres of life that have surplus donations or work for a company of such, then nudge them our way and we can help support our communities even greater. So thank you very much. And then I'll spend the next week in doing bits and bobs around the house and looking at assembling a garden gate. So that'll be interesting. So yeah, take care everyone, and we will see you soon. Bye bye.